Hello everyone and welcome back to my Minecraft survival world. On the previous episode we added a gold farm which is buried in the ground way back behind the storage area over there in that direction, and over here are the proceeds from the gold farm. So this is not quite what we've gotten so far because I did have to use almost 5 stacks for the minecart starting mechanism, which sends the minecart over here to get unloaded. So there's a bit more than this, but frankly it's not pouring in. But on the other hand, it's more gold than I had before, which I do appreciate. And the design by Logical Geek Boy was easier than say one by Ilmango or something like that. Plus, it'll allow me to keep getting gold while we are waiting for the Nether update in Minecraft 1.16. So on today's episode, we are going to start work. We're going to resume work on Castle Eldarstone here. We need to connect the Great Hall to the Castle Keep, and we need to build the Castle Keep. But as far as like the design I'd previously laid out with the wool here, I'm not really seeing what I had laid out here anymore. My previous inspiration for this castle is the research I did on real castles and the kind of structures that you would find in each, and that's how I've structured it so far. In relative comparison, just doesn't seem to make sense. So I'm going to start off today by doing a new layout, and I'm also going to talk about what I'm going to put in that layout as I'm doing it. And this is just for the Castle Keep at the back of the property. So I mean, here we are, we're walking into the castle through the east gate. You know, we see this magnificent structure here, and then we get in here and the first thing we see is a lamp. So this lamp needs to come down. These look like a good idea, maybe. We'll see how these go. Wait a minute, what is going on over here? How did you get out, sir? All right, I think that got this guy back on his porch, and now I just have to clean up here. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, what I'm talking about here is that I am basically going to build the castle out into this circle. And I'd like to create like circular stairs that start probably around here and go up to a central podium that comes around here. So we're going to have a kind of raised, ostentatious entrance. I don't know, maybe, you know, having this tower off to the donjon tower off to the side here isn't such a great idea. Maybe we put the tower right here in the center so that as you're walking in, the tower is not off center over here. It's center, and the entrance over there has 2 staircases on either side. You can approach from either way, from over there or from over here. And then at this point, you'd be walking upstairs and you'd be on a raised platform, and then you can walk into the castle. Not the castle keep as much as the donjon. And maybe we just extend the dark gray here. I mean, it's gray, right? Regular gray. So we extend the gray wool out here, and then we just have a short sectional wall here, maybe like 2 of these regular sections that we've built on the other side. That way we maintain the consistency of the wall design, and we don't have to change it for this curving, whatever this is supposed to be right here. Okay, so we got consistent wall design, and we're going to reshape the castle keep a little bit. So like it says here, these were supposed to be the stairs. So let's not do all this, and instead let's have the stairs here. All right, so I'm going to move the donjon over here to the center, and we're going to extend the keep around it, and I'll be back in just a minute. I've done quite a bit of replanning. I think I'm onto something workable. So I'm sort of standing here at the edge of the pit. I'm leaving this little decoration here for the time being. I may, however, do a custom one here so they'd be different than the other 3, but that's okay. I can get to that later. So this area in here will be the raised kind of entrance. And then, so this will probably come up at like, I don't know, based on this. Ooh, the stairs, these are just going to keep rising slab after slab after slab until you get here. It's very difficult for me to anticipate how many steps up that is, so I'm probably going to work on the stairs and the entrance first. We'll get these stairs going, then I'll build this platform up as high as it needs to be, and then we can build, what I want to do is I want to have the central main tower coming straight up and to be exactly opposite from the entrance at the east, the main entrance over there at the east gate. That way you can see the grand majesty of my castle keep. And then I want 2 turrets on either side here. Basically the same as that little turret that's showing behind the blacksmith shop there. Same size, same relative height, same macholiations at the top there. All right, I'm going to get started on these 2 staircases here. I've never really built a stair on a curve before, so I expect it to go horribly, and then I will come back and show you what I've come up with in a few minutes. All right, so already building it just that high, I think possibly that the stairs are going to get too high. So like that's the height that the center platform should be, so I guess we're going to do these every 2. So really all we need to do is take some of these out. Okay, yeah, that's much better. Even though it's kind of broken up a little bit, you can sort of see that it reaches that height, and that's about the height that this platform should be minimum. Okay. All right, so I came up with a curved staircase. You can walk it all the way up to the top. I tried to maintain the same design that we see down below in this area, just wanted to raise it up. I think my problem is that it's going to be difficult to mirror this on the other side. I guess I'll try taking a couple screenshots and see if I can make it, but this stone, especially in the middle, is going to be hard. Okay, not too shabby. Check it out. So I managed to mirror the other side, and I mean, it even kind of looks the same on both sides. I got it pretty well done. And taking that screenshot helped. I just reversed it. I just flipped the image, and then I came over here, and I had pretty much a perfect view to do these stairs. All right, and I've also got this platform raised, and of course, nice little way to overlook your courtyard as soon as you come out of your immense castle. And now it's time to build the rest of the immense castle. So guys, guess what? Replay mod is out, and replay mod is the coolest thing. I've never used it before, never really needed to, because in all the years I've been playing Minecraft on my own, I wasn't trying to make replay videos. But it finally works for 1.15, and it's really cool. So now I can just do a big build like this, and I don't have to think about whether I'm commenting to you. I can just build, and then we can just come back and look at the results together. So as I'm laying out the castle keep and the entrance, I'm making some big mistakes here. And I kind of want to go over what mistakes I made and how it caused me to get kind of held up for a while. As you can see, I drew like a large 15 by 15 circular tower on the ground and 2 turret style towers next to it. Yet when I connected them up, it started covering up the fact that there was a tower. So I continued working and I continued changing elements, but basically from the outset, I was not happy with what I was building. And the reason, as you can see as the camera starts to swing around here, is that the entrance that I was building to the castle keep started looking exactly like my other gatehouses, like the one that's just off to the right there you saw for a second. I tried to differ it up with some different windows, of course, but what I wound up in the end there was like kind of like a weird face. And that's the kind of thing that you want to watch out for as you're building. If you get too far into a build and then what you realized you've built a giant comical face, I mean, you're looking at a catastrophe out of a build. So I hadn't even realized it by this point, but now as I'm starting to build up the entrance here, I'm realizing that that's a face up there and I'm going to need to tear it down and do something else. I tried to solve the situation by tearing it out and raising the whole thing up, giving myself the same kind of cobblestone entrance that I have on the gatehouses. But again, I was basically building myself into a trap. I was building the same thing over and over again. I've built 2 of those gatehouses plus a barbican. It's basically been the same design 3 times, and I just kind of got in a design rut where I was sort of building the same thing over and over again. You're trying to build in the same style, you're trying to use the same elements, and you wind up building the same thing over and over again. But now here we are, and I'm looking at the front here, and I definitely am trying to raise it up. So it's getting higher, and I'm getting a little bit more diversified with the opening. But again, with those 3 windows in the middle, it's again, we've circled back. We've made another gatehouse. So at this point, I'm literally building just to see what I'm building. I've put the crenellations and macholiations on top, and now I'm going to jump into the back, and I'm going to take this circular tower that I wanted rising behind my entrance all the way up. So I started going around and around and around. It requires quite a few blocks, so I was making stone into stone brick frequently. And I did manage to get it up above the ledge of the crenellations there. And then I just kind of step back and look at it, and you'll see me on the video going to all different angles of the castle and even flying around and taking a look as I swoop in. And I really wasn't happy. So I got stuck on this project for a while. I'm going to let you in on something. I'm actually a bit of an artist, and when my art doesn't turn out the way I want, I kind of go back to the drawing board. So there I am having a look at it and deciding, you know what, none of this works out. So a few weeks later, I came back with a new idea, and now I'm tearing down this tower because it's definitely in my way. So what I start focusing on at this point is the facade of the Castle Keep main entrance, which is the one that's directly across from the gate, right? So as you walk in the gate, your first full impression should be that there's a courtyard and there's some small buildings in the courtyard, but then there's this giant keep across from it. So that's where I am at this point. I've decided to go ahead and start tearing it down, but then I suddenly had an idea for this bottom area for how I should decorate this area, and I decided to extend it a little bit, give it more of a stone solid ledge, and I think I could probably use one of those Eye of Ender banners I came up with, and I'll come back with that later. So now I'm back to working on the keep, and I put 3 dispensers in there. And the reason is that you've got one of 2 choices. You can either put like a full door covering, you can put like an actual Minecraft door, one of the 2 high doors that swings open and closed. You can use that as your entrance. Or you could put a couple dispensers over the inside of it. That way a guard on the inside can push a button, and you can cover your entire entrance with lava. So that's a fun little feature I put in there that we will demonstrate later. And now you see I've got also a wall there above the entrance where 4 guys can stand and shoot straight down at anybody trying to come in. So I've decided to expand the entrance by adding a round tower to each side, and that's what you see adding me here. And then I dropped down in the middle and added a floor to it, which I didn't catch with this camera angle. After widening out the base a little bit and then filling in the stone and between the stairs and the building, I added another tower to the other side. And once I started adding those up, I was afraid to build them too high. Here's a shot of the interior floor there. I did it all in andesite polished in regular blocks. So then I decided to go in and put a balcony here, but I also decided to put like an architectural feature in the middle of it. And so I started building that up, and I decided to go like 10 high with that feature, and then I decided it would be even cooler if there was a little balcony at the top of that feature. But meanwhile, behind it, I put this giant plain wall. And as soon as I realized it, I decided I wanted to cut a couple of windows in there. So I'm kind of working on the whole wall at one thing at this point. I got one window in, and then I put another window in, but you may notice that it's not the same distance apart from the center as the other. So now I've got these 2 giant stained glass windows in with stained glass, with a combination of stained glass blocks and black panes that looked really good. I also noticed that it was 1 block in too far, so I actually took it out and replaced it. Now I've got this little balcony up at the top here where someone regal can kind of come out and stand over the courtyard. There's not much of a battlement to it because you don't need to shoot down. You won't be able to see them really. So now the roof is going in, and I chose dark oak for its rich dark quality, and frankly I'm probably going to be using dark oak through a lot of this build. I already used it on the Great Hall roof, the roof of the guardhouses, and some other places. I'm back in the world and I'm here looking at it. It's a face. I keep building faces. I mean, this is pretty bad. This is like particularly a face. Yes, that's very much like a weird monster face. All right, I think the quickest solution really is just to change the windows. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, that's looking a bit better. Wait a minute. I've done it again. That's a face. Now it's two faces. And they both have this spoopy little mouth here. Oh, man. Oh, all right. Let's see what I can do. Okay. Yeah, this is better. It's not a face anymore. Also, I got rid of this door that was down here. That was kind of lending to the faciness. Not as grand as I would have liked, but at least it's not like such a recognizable eyeball anymore. I was trying to make the Eye of Ender, like something representing the Eye of Ender in each stained glass. So I got rid of those doors and just added lights over the tower doors. The towers will be the sole way in and out, so somebody will just have to go in from the backside there. And I think I'm ready to figure out how tall the roof needs to be in order to connect it to the back. And then I've got to basically build out the rest of the shell. I love the height though. It's way bigger than the, it kind of dwarfs the Grand Hall over here, doesn't it? So there's the Grand Hall, and it's way taller, and it's going to be even taller than that. The roof is probably only half done. Yeah, so that is looking good. It's looking nice and imposing. Let's see what it looks like from the ground. Oh yeah, you walk in here and you're like, holy cow, I'm about to meet the king. Yeah, that is definitely very regal looking. Okay, so I'm going to do another quick time lapse and finish out building the exterior. Hello guys, sorry about the abrupt ending to the time-lapse there. Bit new to replay mod. I recorded a 3-hour session to finish up the castle last night, and then as I was trying to set the camera paths and edit it and render it, it wouldn't render. So I tried to split it, and when I tried to split it, it vanished. So I didn't finish the build. However, hopefully, as you can now see, the build is complete. The exterior anyway, we will have to focus on the interior another day. As you can see, I added this nice little patio over here. I thought this would be a nice place for the king to meet with a small party of dignitaries and have a nice view of the north area. And this, of course, is on top of the servants' quarters. Smaller building connected to the main annex. We got this wall going up to the side. And I also cut a couple windows out inside the courtyard. Plenty more work to do. Plenty of work done already. Loving this build. Got lots to do. Need to add like detail, texturing, scoring, so it's not just this like solid brick wall. And we also have to break up the back of the property, add some additional balconies. But I'm going to sort of let the interior of the build decide all that for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I've completely run out of time. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already in order to see the next episode. And I will see you then. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.